After they are done arranging them according to their ages, they are lined up in a row like you have on the board over here. So based on their age group, they are grouped in such order, so that the merchants who came from the various castles will be able to choose who they are interested in. They were looking for those who were well built and energetic, because the journey from here to the castles, from the castles to the new world, demand those who are well built and energetic, because the work ahead is heavy. It's a very tedious work we are going to do this. So once they are being lined up in that order, the merchants choose who they want based on how well built and energetic they are. The various merchants will come from Cape Coast Castle, Elmina Castle, and Fort Amsterdam to pick those who they are interested in. When they are done picking them, those who are left, or the rejected ones, on a good day, a day that they are able to, the raiders are able to sell more, they leave those individuals in the park here to their fate, because they are very weak and they think they can't be able to sell them for the journey ahead.
Lucky.
So they leave them here as rejected goods. But on a bad day, a day that they were not able to sell more of their captives, out of anger for the individuals wasting their time all the way from wherever they were picked from to this place, out of anger, they shoot each and every one of them, throw them into the river, or throw them into the bamboo plantation. Those who were bought were given identity. Remember when we met, the first thing we discussed after our greetings was our names. But these individuals were made to leave their names behind. It was done on purpose. So that when these individuals leave here, get to the new world, and any of their descendants is to come back to the motherland, it will be difficult for them to know where exactly they come from. So this is how the new identity is done. Depending on whichever merchant bought them from here, that merchant puts fire, a metal into fire. When it is red hot, they use that hot metal to create marks on the individual. They let the person squat. They use the hot metal to create mark on either the shoulder or the back. Hot metal. Imagine even touching hot saucepan on fire.
No.
The pains
Terrible.
you will feel.
Of course.
But this is metal that is intentionally placed in fire to create marks on this individual. Each merchant has a unique mark or a sign that they use in identifying their people. So that from here all the way to the castles, you'll be able to know that this group of people is for this particular merchant. In the slave trade, they were using those dungeons to keep human beings. Imagine a building that was built to keep goods, which is now converted to hold human beings. No ventilation, no washroom. So the same room in which they were sleeping was the same room they were defecating, was the same room in which they were eating. Just imagine for a second how that experience was. But sadly, that is the reality our ancestors went through.
It sounds like hell.
So from here, they do the last bath, the first auction, because this is where the merchants were coming from the castles to meet the raiders. So this became like a market, a joint point for the raiders and then the merchants. And then the other activity is the first branding. But anytime we get our brothers and sisters from the diaspora to the park here, we don't want to go to the dark days, passing through the last bath to get access to the river. No. We'll be using the first bath of return to go in there, to step into the water, to have a feel of the water. It gives us opportunity to pray with our ancestors, to thank them for their resilience, because several of them died through this journey. If our ancestors were able to make it, get to the new world, and we are back here today, it is a perfect time for us to say thank you to them. When we are in the river there, we are given the opportunity. If you want to say a thank you, you want to pray, you want to do meditations, you are allowed to do all that in the river. If you want to have a feel of the water, you are allowed to do that. You can do a few minutes video there. If you want to take pictures around here, you are free to do that. All the way from here till we get to the park to finally conclude with the experience. I don't call the journey here or the whole of the things we'll be doing at the park as a tour. No, I call it experience because that is what our ancestors went through. It gives us a perfect opportunity to go back into the past and reconnect with our ancestors.